Yo, it's your girl, it's your boy. I'm taking your girl advice and it's actually pretty good. Neo Thomas, what advice did I give you, bud? What advice did I give? I mean, all my advice is great. I don't be trying to bullshit people with bad advice. Don't worry about it, just work on your self-confidence. Yeah, that's great advice. Honestly, that advice will get you further than all the other bullshit. Like, you have dudes to be up here telling you, like, to, you have dudes up here telling you to worry about pickup lines and shit. Like, dog, if your whole relationship hinges off, like, are you funny the first time you meet somebody? You got bigger problems, homie. You have way bigger problems. Like, you shouldn't be in that relationship. Am I more motivated off the tee? I'm more motivated to get out and do shit, right? Like, since I started taking testosterone, like, I got tired of sitting around the house. I picked up a second job. It's like right now, like, I'm just waking up right now because I literally stayed up all last night, woke up, worked from like 6:30 to 6, about 12 and a half hours, came home, took a bath, laid down at 7, woke back up at now at 11. Now I'm here talking to you guys because, like, fuck, I missed like a day streaming, and now I'm here. I don't know. I don't take my T levels till March. Into March, I don't go back and do my T levels. What car did you crash, Fuzzy? Or a Chevy Malibu? Nothing of value was lost. That is a closet. Who buys trucks for speed though? I'd honestly say that 159 horsepower is inadequate. I'm gonna let you guys know. Asking to close this door from this point on will result in a ban. I don't play that brigade and shit. So if you don't want to lose your chat privileges, keep it on. Inadequate for what? Getting on the fucking road, not getting run over. Think of like Toyota engines, like an AK-47, right? Think of it like an AK-47. The AK-47 is works consistently. Like, you throw it in the mud, you can drain it, you cannot clean it for days on end. It'll continue to work, but it's not that fucking great. Right? It's not really that accurate. You know, it's kind of heavy. You know, like, it is what it is. It works, but it's not that great of a rifle. It's not gonna if you go out and you do, like, you know, stress tests and things like that, other rifles will beat it. And that's what I look at, like, the Toyota engines are. Like, they'll keep you moving, but you're not gonna have fun. They're not gonna get you anywhere fast. They hold their value. They hold their value because people have this illusion that Toyota makes products that are bulletproof. I'm not anti-vaccination. I got 620 subs. You be missing out, stalling, balling. Yeah, I'm gonna stand in a chair that has wheels on it to remove that. You just want to see me eat shit and fall on the floor. I feel you. Cryogenic. How much you want to bet there's no fist hold hiding behind the middle painting? I'll put a $25 bill on it. Oh, dog. I'm glad you asked that question. I had a sandwich today. It was like having an epiphany, dog. A bottle bot. What Discord are you in so I can go throw a strike on it? Yeah, Clarky, I can't acknowledge every single subscriber, man. Yeah, Northern Neck, I do. We're just working a lot, man. A lot of work. I'm going to go look at a beater car tomorrow. No, I don't recycle at all. Recycling's good for the environment. Wouldn't you do it? All right. Well, let me show you something. All right. What is this shit called? I think this is called polypropylene. It's a form of plastic. Let's go through the life of this bottle, right? And let's talk about emission environment. To make this bottle, it starts at the plant and it's made. Goes on one truck that goes to the store, and then I go get it with my car, bring it home, and now we're drinking it. So that's 2 rides. All right. So for this to be another bottle, right, or be melted down and be used again as plastic, I have to take it to the dump, drop it off at the dump in recycling. Another diesel truck comes and picks it up, takes it to a sorting center. In the sorting center, it's sorted, put into another truck. That truck drives it to another facility, and that truck melts it down in that facility. They take the melted down plastic and create it again, and it goes again. So it takes 6 different car rides for this to become a plastic bottle again, versus just making the bottle again. It's actually more polluting to recycle than it is to just throw it away. Bro, look, dude, look. I know you just want me to get up so you can see how fat I am. Oh no, Wings ice cream. Alright, cryogenic. $25 or you get banned. Just because you wanted to be a bitch. I can show you any point of my wall, because even the one I punched a hole into, nah, he's not asking for donations. He bet me $25 that there was a hole behind that picture. Like, I don't know what the fuck's behind that picture. Like, I don't know what my wall looks like. Wings threats the banned viewer for not donating. Disaster stream. Why are you being so disasterful, Wings? I don't give a fuck what he does, man. That's not my address. Everybody knows my fucking address. Kyle does love me. I've always said this before, that the Kyle gets so negative toward me because he's so upset. No, the Cryojecky guy's not getting banned. Oh look, Dank Lord TV sees my actual address. Yay for Dank Lord. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm getting D2 Remaster. Shit, if I could get away with it, I'd play Diablo 2 right the fuck now. You'd have people fucking running out this goddamn stream like somebody shit their pants, dog. If I play Diablo 2. Dog, I cannot do 2 push-ups. Wings exposed your files. Oh no, you can see car pictures, and you can see like my 1099Ks from like 2 years ago. Well, last year. There's professional photos. There's Kelly's Fit Before 40. I'll be alright, dog. I can't do 10 push-ups. I'll let you know right off the rip. If I'm gonna sit there and embarrass myself, I need to get paid, playa. I mean, what do you consider closed on the door? Oh, you tell me how to make Diablo 2 like 1080p in window mode? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Sulphurous? Because I didn't know that was possible. I always just played it like this. Because I like playing PC games in window mode because it lets me multitask. No, we're not playing Warzone tonight. Chilling out, bud. Like, cause this right here is a game I can play 4 hours on. Have you ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Multiple fucking times. Like, who the real hasn't not seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? So you're like, this is the problem. Like, you guys won't let me expand out to other games because like it's like you're wanting Warzone right now. No, we're not seeing my wedding picture because there's other people in my wedding pictures that I don't want people to harass. Some of the degenerates that follow me in a realm of wanting to harass people. Hey, Dr. Gray, you should do your streams where you drive around in your truck and dirt roads and shit. Can't do it. Not allowed to drive on Twitch. I mean, I don't want to play Rainbow right now. One, I'm not really playing it that often. And two, most people just team kill me. And it's at the point where the team killing is, I don't even want to play it. Like, it literally drives my desire to play it completely destroys it. We'll message him not to. Yeah, I'm sure that works. There's some action-packed gameplay. That's the problem with playing Diablo 2. Like, I had 640 in there. What do I got now? How many viewers I got now? I bet you it's dropped in half. I bet I got like 350 now or some shit like that. Hardcore fans can't even defend me in Rainbow. I'm not bad at Rainbow, dude. You never actually get to see me play Rainbow on stream. That's not in like a high-end rank setting. And even then, it's like, always good to see you, but would you consider doing a consulting mentor work on a newer channel? Sent you a DM. I could help you out. You just ask me questions. But like, here's the thing with like doing something like that. I don't like taking money for stuff like that because I can't guarantee success. Because honestly, there's a huge segment of luck that's involved with anything to do with like YouTube algorithm. Like I almost ruined somebody's like livelihood already by mistake with advice on that. Jay-Z 2 Cents came to me one day and asked me how he could build his channel, and I basically told him don't waste the time, and he almost quit. And if he did quit, he wouldn't have a 1 million sub channel right now. And I always feel bad about that advice I give him, and like I feel like I let the boy down, and I'm glad he didn't take my advice. Because the day that he asked me that question, I was kind of bitter about something that was going on with my personal channel, which I don't remember what it was. It was something small and insignificant. And he's obviously doing it better than I am. What questions you got? Ask him right now, dog. You ain't gotta pay me money. I'll answer your questions as best as I humanly can. Like the best way to do this stream right now is to not play Diablo 2. But like to me, this is how I have fun streaming. Like if I could do something like this and just chill out, to me that's more fun than like sweating and like getting mad and shit like that. Do you plan on stepping up your sweet tea game up? Like honestly, what I'm craving right now is one of those fucking waffle sandwiches. Fucking Chick-fil-A sweet tea would be fucking fire as well. I hate to be this guy, but like the number one thing I can give you right off the bat at face value on your videos is tidy the area behind you up. Because like you isolate a lot of people. Like some people have OCD and they can't handle like a very, very messy area behind you. So as long as it's tidied up a little bit, like for example, like it's driving people crazy right now. And I've probably lost viewers because that picture I put back up is actually crooked. And that might sound dumb as hell, but people can't handle that shit. You have people from all walks of life. Sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane. I enjoy your content. It's been cool. You to rise above all the nonsense trolls. Keep doing what makes you happy to do. But I can't handle people monitoring your stream. Can't handle the people monitoring your stream. So I'll catch you later. My mods have to be the way they are because like there's so many dudes that are dedicated to fucking with me. I know it kind of sucks and it kind of feels over moderated at times, but it is what it is with that. I wish it could be more lenient, laid back stream. It's enormous. You ever look at things in life and like, kind of ready to eat dinner. People are going to be upset as fuck over what my dinner is. Let's eat dinner. What's for dinner? It's going to be fucking cheesy bread. Nothing but carbs. Nothing but carbs. Let me go get my shit. No, we're not ending it right now. I'm just chilling out because like I know I'm going to do a little bit more just chatting. I know people are bored as hell on fucking Diablo. We're bored of hell of Diablo. Hey, 300 to God. You want to smell my chair? My chair's made out of leather, homie. Doesn't hold smell. It smells like leather. Crystal Light. How old am I? I'm about to turn 35. Why not have a home cooked meal? Because me and my wife both work. Sometimes home cooked meals just don't happen. I know how to cook. I understand the concept of cooking. Cooking in nothing but following directions. I mean, like, if you had to ask me, it's not that I don't like home cooked meals. It's that home cooked meals have a lot of effort, right? For very little payoff. You gotta go to the store, you gotta get the food, you gotta bring the food, you gotta store the food, you gotta prepare the food, then you gotta clean up after you prepare the food, and you eat, versus just eating and throwing the bag away and taking the trash off. Restaurant food is expensive though, man. It's not that much more expensive than thing. Like, look at it this way, for example. If you wanted to get quality ravioli, going to Food Lion, getting the ravioli, like ravioli is gonna be $2.75, $3.50, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's call it $3 for some ravioli, and you got another $3 for some sauce, whatever sauce flavor you like. Then you got to bring it back to the house, cook it, clean up after yourself, and then make it. So you have, let's call it, you have $8-9 into that. For like $1 more, you could just get a ravioli plate from like Olive Garden. And if you're not bougie, like for example, like it's way more convenient to buy, like sample meatloaf. It would cost me more to make meatloaf at home than to pick up a single serving use of meatloaf from like Cracker Barrel. Yeah, that's the idea. Michael Merchant has multiple meals, but let's be real. Multiple meals don't happen when you got a fat motherfucker looking like this. Because, like, I find I gain more weight when I have food in the house than if I don't. Like, if I have to physically leave the house to go get food and bring it back, that's portion control. Versus, I know this is terrible advice. This sounds like, oh, burr, 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 burr. I feel you. I feel you on this. Do not take this advice. This is from my experience. As a fat motherfucker that has no willpower, I feel like I portion control better based on what a restaurant will give me versus having excess in the house. Like, I'll eat more food at home versus if I cook ravioli, like throughout the day I'll have two and a half plates of that ravioli versus the one plate I'd have if I got it from like a restaurant. But I've been doing things to try to change it up. Like I've been trying to drink more Crystal Light, try to slow down on the sweet tea. Granted, I just had a whole bunch of carbohydrates, but that's just because I woke up at 11 o'clock at night and I had a choice between Domino's, Taco Bell, or McDonald's. Like, I don't want Taco Bell or McDonald's. I'm gonna go get a cheesy bread. Crystal Light's very bad for you. Yeah, but so is sugar-filled sweet tea and Coca-Cola. Like, it's the lesser of three evils. Like, lately what I've been doing is I've been using like red seedless grapes and sugar baby watermelon, and I've been stopping by a store called Publix. I don't know if you guys have those around there. We have a grocery store chain called Publix here, and they have like these parfait. It's like basically like fat yogurt with like blueberries and strawberries and like granola that you gotta mix up in like a thing, and it's like $2.20, and it's like a great snack. What is Crystal Light? Crystal Light is basically flavored water. It's basically a flavor enhancer for water. It has 5 calories per 8 ounce. Say my catchphrase, yo, it's your boy Wings of Redemption back at you with another fucking commentary. Crystal Light is basically those amino taste adders, just in a larger volume. Would I get LASIK? From my experience and from what I've heard, LASIK isn't permanent. Like, I had a friend who got LASIK surgery and he's already back in class. Like 20 years later, he has to wear his glasses again. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm losing weight again. Like, I'm walking between 5 and 7,500 steps a day. I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting, and other things. Like, I'm just constantly busy now, and I could test a lot of that too. Testosterone, like testosterone has like kicked my motivation up so much. It's ridiculous. Like, it felt like somebody flipped a light switch on. Yeah, I do have a lot of gray hair. Some people call them wisdom. Dude, I'm not nowhere near loose skin. I'm still a fat piece of shit. But at least I'm heading in the right direction. That's the whole point. Why did it take so long to get on testosterone? Well, one, it's I didn't know I was low T. Honestly, it's not like you wake up one day and be like, oh, and like I was always under the impression that if you could get armpit hair right here, you had testosterone, which that's not true. Right? Just because you can grow arm and leg hair doesn't mean that you're not low T. Like, the biggest qualifier is, which I chalked up to being getting older, is libido. Like, your sex drive just disappears, and it's not so much that you can't like get aroused. It's that you have no desire to even take place in the act. Like, you could have like women show up with pizza DTF and you wouldn't care. Be like, oh, thank you for bringing me pizza. Because like Blue Chew deals with like a different function, right? My waterworks still work. I just have no desire for them to work. or didn't have any desire. You cannot have low T with a high sex drive. Low testosterone affects like your ability to reproduce. So you generally will have a lower sperm count. You'll have trouble growing facial hair, like full facial hair. You notice, I don't know if you noticed, my beard's gotten fuller in the last month. You'll have trouble with sex drive. You'll be demotivated. It's not that you're lazy. It's just that you don't have anything driving you. Like everything's like, why bother? You know, I could go out there and rake the yards, or I could sit here and lay in bed all day. Like you don't want to make anything out of yourself. But like it's confusing because like you kind of confuse it. You kind of chalk some of the things up to you like maybe I'm just fucking lazy. What's my favorite thing about married life? That I have somebody to do everything with. Like honestly, that's my favorite part about marriage is that I have a partner in crime. I don't have to go to sleep by myself. I don't got to be lonely. I always have somebody to talk to my problems with. Like I always have somebody I can do nice things. Yeah, I do injection. I do 18 gauge I think 22 gauge needle injection. Testosterone isn't a tool. Testosterone replacement therapy or TRT is generally a lifetime thing. My body will, while I'm taking TRT, I'll never be able to create testosterone on my own. So like it's like you either take it and enjoy the quality of life of having testosterone artificially created in your body, or you deal with low T and you do other things like, for example, like working out, losing weight, and other things which I don't want to talk about on Twitch will increase your testosterone. High testosterone causes things like roid rage, pimples, and things like that. Does the shots hurt? Not really. And sometimes it's just genetics, Benzo. Like some guys are more positioned to have a higher testosterone levels than others. When I've been married for a year now and it's only me or those first couple of times, say my wife, it's still weird for me. Like it's still odd that somebody has taken my name. It's like, oh, this person has my last name now. Like it's really weird when you're hanging out with them and they get called for something and they go, Mrs. Jordan, and it's like, oh, that's you. And like I'm lucky because I married like my best friend, and like I'm happy as I can be in marriage. I met Kelly right after I broke up with Brandy in 2013. I broke up with Brandy forevers in the summer of 2013, and I met Kelly soon after I got back from FPS boot camp, maybe December or January of 2014. How did I know she was the one? Well, we didn't. We ended up being friends for a while, mainly because like I'm an atheist and she was religious, and like she was like going to church religious, and I didn't feel like if we were to have like children or like a long-term life, I felt like that religious gap would be a barrier, mainly because like I would want my children to have their choice if they wanted to go to church or not, and like she would want to force them to go to church, and that could be a fight, right? And you know, and like these are like problems that you can see without being too much of a psychic. And I felt like it'd probably be best if we were just friends because we probably wouldn't work out in the long run because of like some of our like, you know, differences in the ways we see things and how the world works. And as I got older, I eventually calmed down more. I was a lot more confrontational when I was like 28 versus 35-year-old Jordy. And I kind of calmed down. I kind of matured a little bit more. Turns out I can't have kids, so the kids no longer became a problem. And through all the years and the girlfriends and different women, she was always there. She's always the person I would call when I wanted to talk to somebody or when I was feeling lonely and things and situations like that. So we decided to date again and like, fuck it, let's get married. I don't know for certain I can't have kids. I'm assuming because I'm low T, I also have the side effect of low T, which is low sperm count. Here's the question. Elite Soulfly asked me, do I ever wonder what if there's a Jesus and she goes to heaven? Do you ever think about it? You can't live your life with what ifs. You can't do that. Like, for example, like I had to make the choice to drive down the same road that I hit a deer on my truck just, a month ago at the same time by myself. If I lived my life on what ifs, what if I hit another deer? If I lived like that, I'm gonna live a sheltered life because like it goes both ways. What if I won the lottery? What if Mr. Beast came in and dropped $50,000? What if I never lose weight? What if I lose all the weight? You can't live your life worried about the future because the future's not set in stone. You're not promised tomorrow. You got to live your life each day as best as you possibly can see it. I personally don't feel like there's enough evidence for an afterlife, so I don't believe in it. If there was refutable evidence that you could prove, I'd be all about it. But there's a lot of people smarter than me that looked into the topic. I've looked into it myself, and like what I see is like tool of control. And I made my choice. And if I'm wrong, I'd like to feel like even if I'm wrong, I'm a good enough person in my heart that it wouldn't matter. I don't think of it that way, High and Tide Drip, because I don't believe in heaven or hell. Like, I believe what happens after you die is the same thing that happens before you're born. You don't exist. I don't remember at any point before I was born. I won't remember at any point after I die. Faith is a double-edged sword, Poem Dubs. Like, you can say faith drives you to be a Christian. Faith also drove people to like jump on a spaceship that was hiding behind a comet as it passed over. Faith drove people to drink the Kool-Aid in Jonestown. Not to get too much into it, but it's forms of higher communications and frequencies that your senses can never actually without substance or tool. I mean, I got deer whistles on my truck that vibrate at a frequency higher than I can hear too, but that doesn't make it like divine. Do I ever miss the old days of YouTube? No, not a bit. I'm happier now than I ever have been at any point in my YouTube career. I'd rather live my life well and believe in heaven and a deity than say, oh, they aren't real and risk going to hell. How does it hurt me by saying, okay, believe in God? Well, I look at it this way, Michael Merchant. The way that you're doing it, it doesn't hurt you, right? Because it doesn't have any long-term effects on your life if you're right or wrong in the way you're currently living. But at the same effect, there's a person across the world that will shoot an RPG at you and strap a bomb through their chest to get 72 virgins. Why? Because they believe that's what their god or deity tells them to do. I have no problem with people getting solace out of like a third-party religion or like a religion in general. My problem is when people want to take those beliefs outside their private home and enforce them in the public sector. Like taking science out of school is not something I can get behind. Teaching that evolution isn't right and creationism is something I can't get behind. Having one form of religion over another, or one variation of a religion over another, be it like for example Muslims and Christianity are both the same, both have the same Abrahamic religion faith base, but they're just two variations of the same story. Can't get behind that either. I mean, it all depends. If something works for you and you're happy with it, go for it. But there's some people that can't not take it that extra step. Think about it like this, like troll wise, right? There's some people that can come in here, look at my videos where I have like meltdowns and laugh and want to come in here and have a good time. And they sometimes get banned. And the reason those people get banned for it is because there's always that dude that will sit here and create 15 accounts, that will send like animal abuse officers to my house, that will show up 5 deep in a van, that will call like the IRS on me, or like try to say that I'm a pedophile, or there's those people and there's regular people, and like there's always an extremist to everything, and you gotta kind of like control that in some form. No, the guy who is streaming, the United States was actually formed as a deist colony. Look that up, deist. The first 4 presidents we had were deist. Deist is basically mean, and like they were running from the church and taxes when they created America. Some would say like the whole Christian religion is based off Egyptian mythologies. Like the story of Jesus Christ is obviously a retelling and a plagiarism of other religious mythos. Do you believe in the soul? I do not. I believe in consciousness. I do not believe in the soul. There is nothing inside of us that exists as our conscious. It's a byproduct of our brain. I can't grow hair, dude. Like if I grow hair, like it'll grow out like this. Like it would grow out like this, and I'd have like the Hulk Hogan thing going on here. It would be really thin up here. I'd have to like comb it over. I'm not doing that shit. I'd much rather just shave it off. This is the comparisons of Jesus and Horus. Jesus' story was written a little over 2,000 years ago. Horus was a little over 5,000 years ago. He was born of the Virgin Mary. Horus was born of the Virgin Isis. Birthday celebrated on December 20th. Birthdays on December 20th. North Star led wise men to when he was born. Eastern Star led 3 wise men to him when he was born. Taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Herod. Taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Typhon. Taught in the temple as a child. Baptized by John the Baptist. Baptized by Anup the Baptizer at 30. They both had 12 disciples. They both walked on water and performed miracles. Resurrected by Lazarus from the dead. Resurrected Lazarus from the dead. Was transfigured on a mount. Titles include the way, the truth, the light, the Messiah, God's anointed Son, Son of Man, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, the Word, the morning light, the light of the world. Same thing over here. Crucified in the tomb and then resurrected. Crucified in the tomb, resurrected. Horus is the and who's it says? And nobody's to say Horus was not the was the first, but he's the oldest one that we know of, right? Like there's like Dionysus was another person like this. Like the Beatles like worship Dionysus. Like these are just a retelling of the same stories over and over again. Oh, we're just talking about religion. Like there's other people. There's like 36 people that have had the story of Jesus in our timeline since humans started writing things down. Mount is not a horse. They're talking about a mountain, like a hill. I don't know. Like religion is a sore subject. I just choose to believe this, right? Jesus was born in December 25th in a manger. Is it easier to believe in immaculate conception, which means a woman having a baby without ever having sex, or is it easier to believe that a young Jewish girl cheated on her husband, got pregnant, and lied about it? Like in real life, which one do you think is most likely the one that would happen, right? The former, right? The former. That's what's going to happen. And if miracles and saints were so abundant before like written language, like for example, when Jesus was born in the manger on December 25th, if he was born in like modern day China at that point, they had a written language there. They didn't have a written language there because like most of the accounts of Jesus are taken by people that were his followers and handed down stories like 400 years after he lived. Occam's razor is 100% a thing. You think we all have energy and God is energy? The fact that the Ten Commandments says you should worship no other God but me means that there's other gods, which I don't believe in other gods either, and I doubt you do as well. Like you don't believe in Odin or Balder, Zeus or Loki. You don't believe in Minerva, Hera. You don't think Kronos or Atlas is carrying the world on his back. Neither do I. What is the point of life? To reproduce. What is the point of reproducing? There is no point. Why do deer reproduce? Why do cats reproduce? And you can do things without points. Humans have sex for fun all the time to avoid reproduction. Why is that a thing? What I've noticed though throughout time, religion is a ever eroding form of ignorance. It's called the God of the gaps. If you can't explain something, God did it. People used to think Prometheus pulled the sun on a chariot with flying horses across the sky every day and retired to the underworld every night. Now we know that's a bunch of bullshit. Why? Because we got smarter. We had devices. We had tools. We learned about it. And that same thing happens to every other religion. Jesus and Christianity is just currently in its form the most popular religion of our day. And that's why I don't believe in religion. The problem with religion is people vote with their religious beliefs. Like right there, you see that the guy says Biden supporters are not Americans because Biden is a known pedo. People don't support Biden. Neither Biden nor Trump ever did anything for Jordy. What if they gave me $1 million? It all depends. Like at that point, like how much is my personal word worth? I think $1 million is worth more than my word. I could blow smoke up your ass for $1 million. But I don't got $1 million, and neither one of them want to give me $1 million because I have no influence. What you're saying right now is how the world works. Hey, bud, I'll help you get reelected with this campaign money. Gotta do something for me. Poke, 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 poke. That's politics in the purest form. Terrorism is based on the person's perspective that's doing it. You can't fear terrorism because terrorism is a matter of observation. You're a terrorist to the way of life that I'm used to. How am I off base with that? Like what part of that is off base? Terrorism is 100% subjective. Terrorism has nothing to do with destroying things. It's got everything to do with pushing a narrative. Like for example, you could be a terrorist if you flew over a town and like a Cessna plane and threw out flyers that said we're going to gas bomb the city on this date. That's a terrorist move. You didn't destroy anything. You littered a little bit, but you created terror. It's even in the name. You're creating fear. You're using fear as a weapon. Sometimes using fear as a weapon requires damage of property or personal goods or life, but it doesn't always fit the bill. Barack Obama was known as Barack Obama by the Middle East. And if you want to go on YouTube, you can find people that had lost family members to drone strikes. There's one that sticks with me really good because this guy was crying because his grandmother was afraid of the sky because drones fly so high that you can't see them. So the only time that you know that you're getting hit with a predator missile is when you're dead. And when you've seen enough of your family members killed by predator missiles or drone strikes, you start to fear the blue sky. And that radiated with me. It's like, just imagine being afraid of the blue sky. History is written by the Victor music records. As an American, I don't know why we're still in Iraq. Is it oil prices? Like, what is the purpose of having American troops sitting in another country occupying it? If it's just oil and money, that makes you a bad person. You can't worship the same people because they're safeguarding oil and money and call them freedom fighters. Do I miss PK? Not really, no. I mean, like if I never got kicked off PK, I'd have like probably an extra $400,000 in my bank account right now. Because remember, money don't mean shit either. Money is a completely made up concept that you got to use to your advantage. About the end of the stream though. Get kind of tired. I'll try to go back to sleep because I gotta drive to Florence tomorrow. I gotta take the trash off, drive to Florence, check out a car, get back, go to the second job, come back, stream again.